Good morning students, welcome back to your online English class. Today we will be starting with the last lesson of your supplementary reader that we have in the syllabus, and the name of the lesson is Birth, written by writer A.J. Cronin. It is very important for you to get acquainted with A.J. Cronin. He was a medical practitioner. Later on he switched over to writing, and in almost most of his writing his association with his profession could be seen. In almost all of his novels, issues related with health could be seen. Apart from that, those very medical issues are interwoven with social themes, wherein the protagonist is faced with severe hurdles and obstacles, but however with his determination, courage and perseverance, the protagonist is able to overcome all those challenges in his life. Almost the same notion is been presented in this chapter, and this story is also an extract from his novel The Citadel. Students, for your convenience, I have divided the entire lesson into major subpoints, with the help of which your understanding will become far more clear and easy. So right in the very beginning we get to know that the protagonist of the story, who is Andrew, was a medical practitioner. Recently he had completed his studies, and in the story we get to know that he returns home after a disappointing visit with his lady love Christian Badlow. So he was completely disappointed. He had an argument with his girlfriend, so his entire day and mood was completely ruined. He was not feeling happy altogether. However, being completely exhausted, when he reached his home, he found that his neighbor Joe Morgan was anxiously waiting for him. He also seemed to be quite scared. And the reason for Joe's feeling is this, that his wife was in labor, and the couple were expecting their baby before the due date. And it is also a point to be noted that that child was very important to Joe Morgan and his wife, because in their 20 years of marriage they were expecting their first baby. So Andrew reaches the house of Morgans and waits in the kitchen, and the labor finally leads to a stillborn baby. So howsoever the fact that Andrew was in bad mood, he did not shy away from performing his duties, and that speaks volumes about his nature and character. He was already disturbed, his day was ruined, right? He had quite a disturbing argument with his lady love, but still he performed his duty up to the level of perfection. Howsoever, the end result was not so fruitful, as the baby that was delivered was a stillborn one. He instinctively decides to save the mother first, handing the baby over to the midwife. Instinctively, he listened to his heart and decided to save Joe Morgan's wife, and in this process he even succeeded. The midwife, who has had no medical training, kept the baby in her arms as a lifeless lump and placed it under the bed among sodden newspapers. So in ancient times, and even today in rural areas, delivery of babies, it is not necessary that it is being performed in hospitals. Many times even the midwives carry out these processions. And the same thing was carried out by the midwife. She was there. Howsoever, because she was untrained, so to her the baby was completely lifeless and had no use and purpose, and so she kept it under the bed. Andrew draws the baby out from under the bed and quickly diagnoses the most probable cause for the stillbirth asphyxia and pallida. So, on one hand, the writer is drawing a parallelism between, a skilled professional and unskilled professional. The situation was same that both the midwife and Andrew, they were dealing with a stillborn baby. Howsoever, midwife, she had given up all the hopes, whereas Andrew, because of his education that he had received, he was ready to fight the battle till the very end. He diagnosed the cause, that why, the baby was stillborn, and he got to the conclusion that it could be due to asphyxia or pallida. He recalled a method that he had learned in his medical college, through which stillborn babies could be brought back to life, and the same process he is going to experiment with right now. He tries the simultaneous hot and cold dips to shock the body and get the heart to jump. Then he rubbed the baby's body with a rough towel, crushing and releasing the little chest. And on the verge of giving up, finally a miracle happened. The child breathes, and that brought life in everyone's life. And you redoubled his efforts till the baby breathes freely. While leaving the house, he feels that he has done something real at last. So dear students, the satisfaction that we derive after helping others is magnificent. And there is a lot that we need to learn from the character of Andrew. He is a truly defined hero who remained loyal to his profession, who did not let his personal disappointment to intervene in his professional obligations, and at the end, his perseverance, his hard work and sincere efforts definitely brought rich dividends. Not only just rich dividends, he also, gave a good reason to Morgan's family to live. So that's how the chapter ends. You are requested to go through the chapter, and so that you could understand, analyze and assess the chapter with deeper perceptions. Till then, thank you.